Breaking news, BlackRock just revealed absolutely massive news. Made me so bullish. In fact, I just bet $500,000 on this news, guys. I'm going to tell you what that is in this video. And what about our memes? How they doing? Let's go check in on them. All right, guys, if that sounds good to you, if you're excited for today's video, if you're excited for the markets in general, smash that like, do me a favor. If you're new to the channel, what up? My name is Kyle Chasse. I've been in crypto. It'll be 12 years in February, and my objective here is to make you guys as much money as humanly possible in this next 18 months of this crypto super cycle. All right, guys, let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you a poll I asked here, and my God, guys, like, are you guys not watching this channel enough? I mean, only 55% of you guys think that, let's see if this has changed at all. Only 55% think that this ETF will be approved in January. 37% are doomsdayers, think that it's going to be delayed, and 7.2% are just probably not going to make it. Okay, so what we had first, and I'll get to my bet in just a minute, guys. I'll get to my bet. You guys can see what that is. But we had yesterday's video. I brought you the news of this Bitwise spot ETF commercial. We have a new one, a revised version, not much different than yesterday, but.
You know what's interesting these days? Bitcoin.
Cut. What if we get him?
You know what's interesting these days? Bitcoin. Look for Bitwise, my friends.
They got the most interesting man in the world to do a Bitcoin commercial, guys. When all of these applicants get their ETF approvals, you're going to see Bitcoin commercials everywhere. On TV, on the good old Facebook, because that's where old money's hanging out. You're going to see it everywhere. TikTok, X, everything like that. So it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. And just some more proof for you. We got Eric Balkunis, our favorite, one of the two favorite analysts over there at Bloomberg ETF Intelligence. BlackRock has gone cash only. That's basically a wrap. Debate over. In kind, we'll have to wait. It's all about getting ducks in a row before the holidays. Good sign. So if you guys have been watching this channel, you know there's been this debate between how things will be settled, and we don't need to go over it again. Hopefully you guys are subscribing. If you're not, make sure that you do that already, because, I mean, what are you waiting for? We've been just crushing it on this channel lately. Smash the likes if you guys have got in with me on things like Coq and Dog Wif Hat, and you guys have been crushing it. And today, if you're my VVIP group, you found out this red pill, and you literally did 5x today since I dropped it in there. So anyway, guys, if you're not in the VVIP group, make sure that you look in the description. Everyone is asking me questions. Kyle, how do I get in the VVIP group? Just go into the description and the video below and read the instructions that say VVIP group, how to get in. And if you can't use Bybit to sign up, then use LevX, because there's no KYC there. So just do that, and then you don't have any more problems. And you guys will be crushing it with us. So ETF on the horizon. Eric also says BlackRock's S1 amendment filed last night contained just 6 changes. The last one had 21. Highlights include moving to cash creations, dropping the primer broker and market makers, and the new ticker Bybit. So this is a good sign, because basically it's kind of like just like this fine tuning. You know how, like, if you get something done and like someone starts, let's say it's a piece of art or like something like that, and like they start with it, and then there's like so much work to be done and changes, or like maybe like building a website or something, right? And then you get down to like the last little nitty-gritties, and you're like, oh, just change this one, if we just change this. So that's basically what's going on here, right? It's basically just the fine tuning of everything. It looks like these ETFs are lining up just perfectly for the beginning of January, as we've been talking about. And James, our other homie over there at Bloomberg, says, update, another S1 amendment for a spot Bitcoin ETF, this one from ARK. We have another amendment. Oh, and then he also says, looks like they are accepting the SEC's edict for only allowing cash creations and redemptions, at least to start. So we know there's probably going to be revisions where they do in-kind later, but whatever, it doesn't matter. We don't care. It's going to happen. And so he says, so another one from James says, update, WisdomTree also filed their amendment for S1 for their spot Bitcoin ETF. And he's a little confused right here because he doesn't see the cash creation thing. So it's weird that this is happening because either they're doing something different and they're going to get in-kind redemption, which would be a big leg up for them. It's better for corporates, better for tax, better for everything like that. Less complicated, but I don't know. It's very, 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 very strange. So the TLDR, guys, the SEC plus the applicants are busy tonight with 3 redemptions in 2 hours, or 3 amendments in 2 hours. This is the 4th amendment to the WisdomTree Bitcoin Fund, the 3rd amendment to iShares to the BlackRock, and the 3rd amendment to ARK 21 shares. It's happening, guys. It's happening. So we were really looking to see, because we know that BlackRock has the most weight and power here. So we were really waiting. I told you guys on the video the other day that we're going to wait and see what happens with BlackRock, if it's going to be cash create or in-kind redemption. And now we know for sure it's cash redemption, which is a good sign because that would have been less complicated for the SEC. That makes things more likely that we're going to get this approval very, 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 very soon. This is interesting. So, excuse me. So Nate says, new filing at 7RCC spot Bitcoin and carbon credit futures ETF holds 80% Bitcoin and 20% carbon credit futures. Was only a matter of time before we get an ESG Bitcoin ETF. We're going to see all types of permutations on spot Bitcoin ETFs. Okay, so you guys know how the carbon credit things work, right? So basically you could have companies like ExxonMobil and like big, like really nasty polluting chemical companies that create all kinds of carbon emissions and like, you know, for all the global warming doomsdayers, you think that like, okay, so anyway, so what they can do is they can just buy carbon credits. Now, I think this is interesting because for a lot of the big corporations, pension funds, family offices, they're like very ESG and they don't want to invest in Bitcoin because they think that it's bad for the environment. We know that's been largely dispelled as a myth busted by now, but an ETF like this, where everybody who wants to be ESG and make sure that like they look like they're doing the good, responsible thing, can say, look, yeah, we know Bitcoin is like not the best for the environment, but I don't know if you guys saw it, but it's all good. We're not just getting Bitcoin, we're getting Bitcoin plus carbon credits, bro. So like we've neutralized our carbon footprint from Bitcoin, and therefore we woke. You know what I mean? We woke, we good. So back to Nate says, if spot Bitcoin ETF is not approved in January, it might be one of the biggest rug pulls in crypto history. I love that our language is getting integrated deeply within the Wall Street and TradFi space. It's not my base case, but can't entirely rule out given history here, which is why I said close to 100%. That said, sticking to my original pre-Grayscale court victory prediction, he said, this is a tweet he made back August 9th saying, a lot of noise out there. So here's my formal prediction on spot Bitcoin ETF. First, I think Grayscale wins lawsuit. Second, combo of Grayscale's lawsuit plus the coin surveillance sharing agreement is enough for SEC approval, in my opinion. In other words, I think we're about to get a spot ETF likely to 100%. So this is a little video here on, was it Squawk Box or something like that? It says, during the last bull run, we only hit $3 trillion in total market cap. When I said life-changing money is on the way, I meant this is probably one of the biggest bull runs the market will ever experience.
Saw from, I mean, it was as low as 17,000 this year.
Sure. Well, you know, Joe, I'm not one to make price predictions, but I do think there is a lot of optimism again in the market. I think a lot of investors are adding Bitcoin to their portfolios. And when we look ahead to the hopeful approval for spot Bitcoin ETFs, it really is going to unlock the opportunity to a part of the investment community that for better or worse, but I would say for worse, has unfortunately been locked out of the opportunity to participate in having Bitcoin exposure in their portfolios. So we're really talking about the advised market here in the US, which is today about $30 trillion worth of advised wealth that we hope the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, the uplisting of GBTC will allow for that opportunity and for those investors to partake in it as well.
They saw from
Massive inflows, 30 trillion of advised wealth in the United States alone. And don't forget, guys, this is just the United States. What happens, like most other countries around the world look to the United States to try to figure out what are they doing, right? What are those Yankees doing over there? And when Larry Fink and the United States says, yep, green light, spot Bitcoin ETF, guess what? Everybody else does it too. So it's not just, and even though America is the biggest financial market, everyone else is going to follow suit. This is going to be like crazy dominoes. Guys, remember with all this price hysteria and all this kind of stuff, and I just said, chill out. But let me ask you a question. There was $250 million in shorts obliterated. Do you guys like pain? Are you masochists? Why would you short Bitcoin in a bull run just 20 days before the approval? If you love pain, if you guys really like pain, there's people you can hire for that. Dominatrix, they'll come, they'll step on your balls with their high heels. They'll put their nails into you, hang you with that. If you like pain, there's better ways to do it than shorting Bitcoin. I just highly would suggest you don't do it because it is a horrible idea. Now, let me know in the comments below if you've been shorting and you've been making a lot of money in the past 6 months. I guess it's probably not, but I know someone's going to be like, no, bro, I've been crushing it, calling all the local tops. And Byzantine General says, wow, it's got to be a bull market. Even Bitstamp is bidding now. If you guys don't know what this means, Bitstamp is like an OG exchange with very little volume, but you can see on their exchange, volume's coming in. Hooray, hooray. We are in a bull run. Moon Overlord says, I'd honestly avoid shorting, even for scalps, unless you are buyer PC 24/7. This is important. This is the most important thing. And this is why I want to be in the market right now, not sitting on the sidelines, in the market. One tweet that BlackRock's ETF is approved and every single short on the market is liquidated deeply underwater. You'll have zero time to close those trades. Bitwise has already filmed TV ads. You can bet every other applicant is filming the ads at the same time as well. It's a done deal. Sitting in swing shorts or overnight, you're just asking for the next few weeks, months, whenever it gets approved. And we have again, so Injective has just been on a tear, and I'll tell you why that's important in a minute, but it flipped Cosmos for the biggest token in the Cosmos ecosystem, even bigger than the underlying asset itself, which is Atom. Injective new all-time highs. Again, I'll tell you why this is important in a minute. And 3 things to look at here. All Cosmos chains, by the way, Injective, Tia, Celestia, and Say. Also, don't forget you got AOs, things like that too. But now, guys, just so you know, Eclipsify, I decided to partner with these guys. So I just got brought on board as an advisor, and I like it because I have a lot of Launchpad experience. As you guys know, Paid Network is my Launchpad, and we are going to crush it. This bull run, we've made it amazing. But I think that my experience, and this is an amazing industry, right? We're collaborators. We're very collaborative, right? And so when Eclipse reached out and said, hey, Kyle, would you like to come support? Not only did I invest, but I also wanted to come on board as be an advisor, help them with things through all the mistakes that we made before and how to not make them, and we'll collaborate, right? And Paid Ignition is not doing Cosmos ecosystem right off the bat. We will do it down the line this coming 2024, but in the meantime, I'm definitely happy to support Eclipse, and they just crushed it in their IDO. I think they're launching in 2 days, guys, so look out for that. Very, very exciting. So you can see that Say we're at 41% today, and what I want to point out here is this is Say. Oh, I went against my better judgment. So what happens here, guys? What happens is that whenever you get a pump, like look at Say. So right, so Say is only sitting at $820 million market cap. Not big for a layer 1 Cosmos thing. And it hasn't pumped crazy. It's only up 276% from all-time lows and only up 150% on 30 days. So this thing has a lot of room to run. And what I wanted to do, and you can see here, I sold like a freaking idiot because I was so scared. I opened here, sold here because I was almost, and if I would have just held on, pop, I would have, this was like a 30x long I had open too. Because what happens when you get this first initial pump of 40%, I've noticed this over the past few weeks in the market. When you get something that's been dead for a while and you don't hear about it and you get this first pump, it's like, oh, I already missed it. It pumped. Watch my guess. Let's see. Let's just take a gentleman's bet here. It's 37 cents right now. My guess is in like 3 days, this thing will be 70 cents or something, right? Should I open a long right now? Should I? Come on, let's do a super degen long. Let's just do a real small amount. Let's see. Can you guys see? My head's in the way over here. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to do a very, 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 very small amount, $2,400. And I'm going to go something quite degen. Let's go. Definitely ready to lose all my money. For sure. Let's go like, okay, let's go. Current leverage is too high. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. I know I'm going to lose money on this one. So whatever. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Should I do it? I'm going to get liquidated if it gets to 36 cents. That's only 1 cent below right now. Broke all-time highs, a little retracement right now. Falls back down. Whew. Okay, let's like a third. It's a little bit too GJ. Let's go like this. I'll go 20. I'll do 20. Let's do 20. And fuck it. YOLO, baby. This is a YOLO trade. Do not follow me on this one because I'm probably going to lose all my money. Certainly going to lose all my money. Let's see. 35 cents. Okay, go. There we go. Trades in. Already down 10. There we go. Bam. Let's go. Okay, so the next one. My $500,000 trade. Look at this. Not so bad. Because I'm so bullish on all this Bitcoin stuff, like I just can't see these dips lasting for so long. We had a nice sell-off today, and after a sell-off comes a nice rally, right? We see this happening time and time again. And so what I wanted to do, again, was, okay, so you can see my trade here, right? $71,000 margin, 8x leverage, puts it at a $570,000 loan. And look, if you add my Say one in there, we're now at $600,000 on the line right here. So far up, not much. But Bitcoin's not doing bad. Not doing bad, right? Like, fingers crossed. I'm going to go to bed. I hope I don't get liquidated. Anyway, guys, this is fun. But I do believe that Bitcoin between now and January 10th is going to be much, much, much higher than it is today. And my liquidation price, like you see, is $37,000. I do not think that we're going to $37,000. So even though 8x is a little high leverage, I chose here to have more margin in my position than a high leverage. Although I like high leverage from a degen perspective, but like this is I feel like a more safe play here. So if you guys are interested in learn how to trade from more experienced traders than me, make sure you come join the VVIP group because like people are crushing in there. Anyway, let's move on. You can see another reason here too is like, so Say looks a lot like Injective's run up, right? And we all saw how crazy Injective was, and that's why I'm bringing it to you is because you can see kind of like the same kind of patterns here, breakout, and then this is the expectation here that it pumps like this. So let's hope so. So this degen, so I don't look like a total ding dong here. Come on, baby, let's go. Come on, make me look good here, please help me. Okay. So the thing is, I'm not gonna read this to you the whole thing, but basically when price goes up, narrative goes up, and so no one was basically talking about paralyzed EVM, which is what Say does, right? So Say is attempting to massively increase throughput on EVM chains, Solidity smart contracts, and now the narrative that everyone's talking about is like paralyzed EVMs. And so that's why Say is having a bit of a run right now. Man, is that dog with a hat? Man, that dog is with a hat right now. Look at him wearing a hat. He's just listed on MEXC. Congratulations, with a hat. And Ansem is pretty confident here. He's thinking that's going to go to 1 billion. I would tend to believe with him. And you can see it's kind of like started this entire thing in this industry. Like this is why I think it's like quite viral. And I think if we take a look at it, like it's still up on 24 hours, but I think it's been, it came down a little bit from today. That's because the market has come down today, right? You saw this big correction in Bitcoin over here and and so I think it caused a big correction in everything. But you also have a ghost with a hat, ghost with hat, Phantom. This is hilarious. It's so it's a narrative, and guys, I seen the questions like, do I think that it's look? Even since I was a little hesitant, I was making. I was like, what am I gonna do? Look, yes, there's strength here, guys. I think a lot of people just here were thinking like right before I started filming this video down here, they were thinking like, ooh, is this the end of it? Is this the end of it? No, I think that Dog with Hat is going to. So we just had the MEXC listing. Next is going to come the next listing, and then next is going to come the next listing after that, right? And the next is going to come after that. Oh, I remember like coin market cap, because I think Dog with Hat is still not even on CoinGecko. So let's see. Volume, $133 million, guys. This thing's going. It's going, ladies and gentlemen. I've been buying more. In fact, what I did is I sold out of my he mule. I just don't think that this thing looks like it doesn't have strength to me. Like it doesn't seem like Vitalik's cat. Like, okay, whatever. I personally don't think so. It's only been up for 1 day. I haven't given it a lot of time. We'll watch these numbers, right? 2.87. Look tomorrow. If that's at like 5K, okay, it probably has legs. But it's on ETH, so it doesn't have like that attractive chain thing. And it's like he mule. Like what? What kind of name is that? I also sold out of Wolf. I don't think I told you guys that I was in Wolf, but I sold out of Wolf. So I sold out of my he mule, and guess what I did? Well, I sold it for ETH. I didn't sell for Pepe Coin yet because I'm not really sure about Pepe Coin. I don't have as much confidence as Johnny Zcash or whatever. But I think it's gonna do all right. But what I'm really bullish on is Coq and Wif, and I think Garbage for the long run. I think Garbage is gonna take a little while to kick on, but once that virality kicks in, I think it's gonna take off like crazy. But let's go take a look at our favorite rooster. This is absolutely amazing.
And next one, please give me Coq. Coq. It's Coq. It's in English. I still remember the first time I went to America. I was at the airplane. I asked flight attendants that, can I get a cola? And she asked me, excuse me? I keep saying, cola, cola, cola. But it was not cola, it was Coq. It was Coq. It's Coq actually, right? So maybe a few Korean people could understand if you just say Coq. But most people cannot understand. Do you have Coq? Remember Coq? It's not Coq in Korean. What's Coq? So do you have? What do you have?
Coq.
Good. So Coq. And they said yes. What's yes? Simple. Please give me Coq. Oh, please give me Coq. I want a Coq. Please give me Coq. Coq. And ask them the price of Coq. How much is this? How much is this? What's this? Then when you leave after buying something, you always say, thank you.
How could that not run to $1 billion, ladies and gentlemen? Look at $232 million. Whew. Guys, what did I bring this to? It was like 30, like what are we up 10x by now or something? Like absolutely insane. Again, in the VVIP section, always we bring these to you guys always first. But man, this thing for sure is going to keep running. So I rehypothecated my memes and put them into the things that have more high conviction, right? Because it's about having high conviction. Right now, it's Coq, and dog Wif Hat because he has a. Okay, and so basically, this guy says that the total cryptocurrency market has doubled over 2023. Extremely bullish. Tokenization is going to be huge. I've said this before, guys, but like it's happening. Like Wall Street and these suits are absolutely just foaming at the mouth of token. They're like, oh, regulated securities, tokenized blockchain. Like, they love it. But guess what? That's where all the money is. That's where you're going to get tons of, like, it's cool that we have like Aave and Compound, Paid Network, and all these other awesome projects. But when the big dogs come in here and they start tokenizing all their shit, talk about the likes of inflows you have never seen in your entire life. It's going to be lit. And of course, you guys already know this, like Web3 gaming, going to be absolutely massive. And guys, that's going to wrap it up. Wish me luck. Please don't follow my horrible trading. Go follow the good traders that are in my VVIP group. You can be there too. It doesn't cost you anything. And I will catch you guys on the next one. But for now, bye-bye.